We must ensure that our citizens will continue to enjoy their freedoms. Freedom to express our views is what makes us Americans, what makes us Christians. Don't hate what I'm telling you. That's further rebellion. To retaliate is moral digression. Minds that are pathological punish the innocent. Miley Cyrus said, "Don't F with my freedoms." Dr. King said, "Our goal is freedom because the goal of America is freedom." We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men were created equal, that they were endowed by their Creator certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But if a man doesn't have a job or income, he has neither liberty or the possibility for the pursuit of happiness. I would like to educate the masses on how human trafficking is being used as a 21st century post-Obama form of slavery to dehumanize, demean, and degrade moral voices and other conservatives who would dare challenge status quo. How police officers are enforcing, sanctioning, and participating in highness-based sexual improprieties. My BS and master's degrees have meant nothing in the face of these terrorists, who on a nightly and daily basis disregard my right of person to physically, sexually assault me, to undermine my ministry and intellect. These are violations of rights as it pertains to race, class, and sex that must be discussed openly, and they're driven by white supremacy. The United States is currently sanctioning 21st century post-Obama slavery by using RFID microchips by issuing RFID microchips to educated intellectual blacks. Police officers and other authorities use these chips to locate and stalk targeted blacks so that white supremacists have access to all information related to the problematic Negro. If the black person applies for a job, the criminal sect of white racists has their high-level credentialed delegates call the hiring manager to defame the character or malign the black person, or fear the manager so that they don't want to get involved. If the nigger has a boisterous personality and sees herself as equal to whites or other races, then we must devalue her, they think. She needs to see herself degraded and humiliated. Her education and popularity won't help her then. This is where the microchipping comes in handy. This particular nigger has high ethical standards. She's a very moral, just person who lives by biblical standards. She's waiting for marriage to have sex. We especially hate her for this. She may begin to teach it to others. We can use those close to her to slip her the chip. Her parents are on board, and so is a guy she used to see, and his mother. They will work with us to ensnare the nigger and stop her success and fame. She even had the nerve to purchase a big-ticket item, an Audi, while we intended to bankrupt her. We'll have the guy put something on her vagina that causes irritation. We will then inform doctors in our networks of her lack of submission so that they can insert the chip in a run-of-the-mill vaginal exam. She'll never know it happened. The microchip is then used along with the resulting electronic surveillance to completely terrorize and dismantle the life of this free-thinking, high-minded nigger. Once we have her parents legally adjudicate her mentally incompetent, we can literally take every right, every asset, every dream for ourselves. The nigger is left with nothing, not even her dignity, while we whites take everything. Business as usual. Because enough will never be enough, though. Let's sex traffic her on top of that while she has GPS. These chips are a perfect tool for re-enslavement. Then when the police get her, they'll know that these are the ones we want sodomized to teach them some submission. We'll get the doctors in our network to get us just the right drug that'll knock them out while they're sleeping. We won't even have to fight the nigger. When she accuses white men of doing this, we'll send heaps of black men to rape her in front of everybody to recuse ourselves. That was a mockery that I wrote, but it's very true. All of it's very true. It's exactly what happened to me. And it's very true. After these white cops have sodomized me, raped me, had their way with me, they will send black men to do the cleanup. That just happened to me the other night. 2 white cops picked me up on a freeway because I was trying to get away from another dangerous situation. I'd been dropped off in the middle of nowhere, and I was trying to get away from traffickers, and I was walking on the freeway. So 2 white cops came to remove me from danger, and they dropped me off at a hotel. Well, there was a black girl at that desk, and she was adamant about me not staying. So I went to the hotel behind her, and the girl there said, yeah, you can charge your phone. You can wait here for a while. But I was trafficked in that hotel lobby. What they do is they blow this air on me. It's usually cold air, but it has some chemical, something in it that knocks me out. It makes me groggy. And then I wake up feeling the pain. So I woke up feeling anal, just pain, but I couldn't move yet. I couldn't move, so I guess that happened like a couple more times. And then she announces, well, you have to leave now. So I left. And when I left, I was aching so bad. I had to carry all these bags, and I was hurting so bad. I was like moaning. And the cop car sped by. And then like 4 buses passed by, and they wouldn't pick me up. So I had to carry these bags, hurting, early in the morning, in the cold. Finally, there was a bus, not even at a bus stop, but it was in front of the bus stop. It was warm, and I got on. It had 1 white guy on it. Of course, I fell asleep. And of course, that white guy did the cleanup for the cop. I'm almost certain of it. And then, on top of that, this is double cleanup. I got on the train to come back to LA, and I was trafficked on the train. So the trafficking happens. It happened on trains in all these cities. Trains, buses, and they blow that same air on you. They blow the air in restaurants and libraries. Anytime I sat down to study, because the goal is we don't want you to be an intellectual. My father decided, I don't want you to have any more education. So they use this air to make it impossible for me to read anything and for me to study. So you have these horribly insecure men, and they're insecure because of the sexual practices that they've been doing. Like, sin makes you insecure. And they know deep down inside how just displeasing it is to God. And so it's shame and humiliation that they feel that they have been trying to project on me. And homosexuality was listed as a mental illness